I want to revisit your very first book, Carnivore Teacher. What has been the response since you put that book out? Are you happy with the way things have gone? And yeah, what was the experience like of getting that out there since we last spoke?
Yeah, that's my very first book. This is my copy here. The response has been great. It's so great that it's on eBay now. It's being resold. I was looking on eBay and let me type in the name of my book, and it came up with two different people reselling it. First, I thought, should I be offended? Somebody's getting rid of my book on eBay, and then I looked that up. I Googled that, and it said if your book makes it to a secondary or a third sales place, that's a good sign that it's being used, it's being read, it's being resold. So I'm getting a lot of, and I could tell by my numbers when I pull up my data when I go into Amazon that it's being received very well. So that's why I decided, hey, that was kind of like my test book. I know how to write a book now. I'm really going to buckle down and write a thicker book, one that where I can really pour my heart into it and go in detail a lot more.
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, I'm the first book looks like what, 150 pages,
Yeah,
and the second
yeah,
book maybe like 250, 300,
yeah. Hmm.
quite a bit bigger. Yeah,
Hmm.
okay. Well, I'm really glad that the first one took off as well as it did because again, the way you present information is really great. Before we move on to your latest book, can you tell us about the workbook and why you included that as well?
Oh, sure. And I'm not doing it with the second one, but the first one, I'm a teacher. I'm used to writing curriculum, right? And writing worksheets. So I thought, let me take the information chapter by chapter and do that many chapters and make a workbook so people can actually apply the concepts from each chapter. Applying meaning you read the question, you write how you do this in your life, list three things, four things, and so on, and then you have it written. You can tear the pages out, you can do things with it. I don't have a copy of that to show you right here, but I tried that, and that one's not selling as well, but it sold a few copies, and I went through the process. And then I also did my first Audible with that, with this microphone that I have right here. So right here where I'm sitting. I did the Audible and went through the stages of getting that out. And man, was that a headache, but I learned how to do that for the second one.
Amazing. Yeah, no, well, you did a great job, and that's the way I consumed your first book, was through the Audible, and you did a great job reading it. Your voice is really good, your intonation is really good, and then just feedback from the workbook. Maybe it didn't sell as many copies, but I'm sure you got great feedback for the people that took it and actually like wrote it in and followed it.
Um, I didn't get feedback on that, or maybe I'm not looking for the feedback on that because
Got it.
I've been so busy doing the other books. But maybe I'll check into that and see if I'm not getting. What I need to do is ask people to write, like you wrote this wonderful review for the Audible, and I thank you so much. It was just this raving, shining review. I need to ask people to leave a review. And that's how it gets resold and rebranded, and how people see it more. So maybe I
Yeah.
need to do that with a workbook as well.
So important for everybody out there that's listening or watching. Be sure to review the things that you really value and love. It really doesn't take that much. You can do it on your phone while you're out on a walk. And if you just like pick one thing a day to like review and leave some love for, it really makes a big difference for people out there. So I really like that. I love studying Stoicism. And I have for several years, and this is the second time I bought this book, but this is called a handbook for new Stoics. It's another workbook that, takes a concept every single week and has a lot of great information from the Stoics. And then you have to write things down, lessons you're thinking about. And to me, it makes a big difference to put some intention behind things. I'm not the best at journaling without a cue. Like I wouldn't just sit down and like write a book the way that you do,
Right.
but it's nice to have the cues. And I'm sure the workbook is very helpful for a lot of people out there. So again, if you're listening, be sure to review John's book and review the workbook if that's something you purchase as well, because it does make a big difference. So thank you for sharing that. And again, before we get into the new book, update us on your carnivore journey. Are you still carnivore? How do you practice these days? Any side effects or anything that you've added back in that isn't 100% quote unquote like carnivore, but you still consider very much part of the carnivore lifestyle?
Okay. Coming this January will be 3 full years that I've been pretty much, they say 70% of animal-based products or more is considered hypercarnivore. And I think I'm at like 95, 98% because I do use mustard sometimes or whatever. But I've been carnivore that long. I had that kidney stone a while back when I was keto. And since then, I have been dumping oxalates in waves, but each wave is much less dramatic. I just feel a little ache here and there. I know it's oxalate dumping. I'm still doing it. So that's a big talk that I use when people ask me about oxalate dumping. I just go into it and explain that you're going to keep doing this until it leaves your body. So I'm still oxalate dumping. Um, what if I tightened up? I bought that grill that you had. Is yours the Bighorn?
The Bighorn,
I have the
yeah,
Bighorn.
man.
I got it. It was like $190 or maybe 210 or something, much cheaper than the other one. I use it almost every single night. I love it. I love my steak. So I've been cooking more food on that, my meats. Um, I have been having a problem with cortisol in the middle of the night, waking me up at 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm over 60 years old. I'm a male. And this started happening like about 7 or 8 months ago. Just every night, like clockwork, I'm wide awake. I'm like, why is my circadian rhythm out of whack? And I found out that a lot of carnivores, this happens sometimes. So what I did is I bought a light, a blue light, not the red ones, not the infrared ones, but a blue light. And I get up like 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, and before I go to the gym or my bike ride, I put this blue light on, and it's really super bright, and I have it on for the first 30 or 45 minutes as I'm waking up. And then I also took your lead and I bought some grounding sandals and I've been walking with those. It has a little rivet on the bottom. I love them. And I'm grounding more, I'm getting more sunlight. And within 1 week of putting that sun in my eyes, as soon as I woke up, um, I don't wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning anymore.
Wow.
Isn't it amazing? So I Googled how to do this and I reset my circadian rhythm. So that got affected and I changed that. I don't know if that has to do with my carnivore, my age, or a combination. But I'm chugging along. I have never felt so alive and alert and happy. I look at other 60-year-old guys my age and I just feel like Superman. I feel like I'm in my
Yeah,
20s. All right.
yeah.
Hence the tattoo. And I'm not going back.